students. The topic of today's discussion is food refrigeration and cold storage design. When we talk about refrigeration, it is basically a process used for removal of heat. The role of the refrigeration is to keep food or drinks at the low temperature to restrict the spoilage or to reduce the enzymatic activity and to improve the shelf life of the product. Basically, the principle behind refrigeration is the molecular mobility is depressed, and consequently chemical reactions and biological processes are slowed down at low temperature. In contrast, when there is heat treatment, low temperature particularly does not destroy microorganisms or enzymes, but it depresses or inhibits the activity of microorganism. Refrigeration, that's why inhibit spoilage, but it cannot improve the initial quality of the product. So the importance of assuring particular high microbial quality in the starting material. Like thermal sterilization, refrigeration is not the process by which we can say that it is a permanent preservation. Refrigeration, and even when we go for the frozen foods, it have a definite shelf life, means it will be remain for particular time period. The preservating action of cold exists only as long as low temperature is maintained. Hence, the importance of maintaining a reliable cold chain all along the commercial life of the product. Refrigeration and freezing are probably the most popular form of food preservation. Chilling process is the gentlest method of preservation with the least changes in taste, texture, nutritive value, and other attributes of the foods. Generally, it refers to store range temperature about freezing is 2 degrees Celsius to 16 degrees Celsius. Commercial and household refrigerator usually operated at the temperature of 4.5 degrees Celsius to 7 degrees Celsius. The chilling process is usually used in the combination with other preservative methods like your fermentation, your irradiation, pasteurization, mild heat treatments, chemical treatments, and controlled atmosphere. When we use refrigeration as food preservative, so spoilage bacteria thrive well in high temperature ranging from room temperature to 40 degrees Celsius, but do poorly in cold temperature. Refrigeration provides low temperature that slows the production, multiplication and growth of spoilage, pathogenic and toxins producing bacteria. Refrigeration and freezing are used on almost all foods like meats, fruits, vegetables, beverages. Ideally, refrigeration is performed on the perishable goods which having low shelf life or which are prone to get spoiled by the enzymatic activities or get deteriorate due to the presence of microorganism. A few hours delay between the slaughter and refrigeration is sufficient for deterioration of food. What are the disadvantages? All of the foods cannot be stored under chilled condition. When we talk about the tropical and subtropical fruits, they suffer chilling injury when stored below the 13 degrees Celsius, and it results in the abnormal physiological changes, like there can be skin blemishing when we keep the bananas in refrigerator, then the peel of the banana turns brown, then browning in the flesh. When we go for the long storage of your meat product, then it get converted into brown color. Failure to ripen, when we talk about the unripened tomatoes or unripened fruits, when we keep them at low temperature, then due to the inhibition in the enzymatic activity they not get ripen. Other than this, some other foods are also there which cannot be refrigerated. For example, bread stale faster at refrigeration temperature than at room temperature, because the moisture which is present in bread, which is responsible for the softness of bread, that will be get loose at low temperature, and the due to the loss in the moisture present in bread, that will get converted into staling of bread. So when we talk about the basically when we talk about the refrigeration, that it is responsible for the slowdown of the enzymatic activities and microbial growth, and it uh, improve the shelf life of product, but for a short duration. Use of refrigeration in food industry is not limited to preservation. Refrigeration is applied for a number of other purposes like hardening of butter, fridge concentration, freeze drying, air conditioning, including air dehumidification. So, when we talk about chilling and freezing, it can be distinguished on the basis of final temperature to which a material is cooled and the type of heat removal. Chilling is the application of temperature in the range from 0 to 8 degrees Celsius, which is above the freezing point of the food. Freezing used temperature well below the freezing point. Conventionally, it is below minus 18 degrees Celsius. In earlier days, when the low temperature were achieved by using ice obtained from high mountains. The first three system involves indirect cooling, that is the food and the refrigerant are not brought into direct contact. An inherent advantage of indirect heat removal is that the final temperature of the product can be easily controlled. Therefore, these methods can be used for both chilling and freezing. Now, when we talk about freezing, there are different methods of commercial freezing available, but they are all based on the two principles. One is very low temperature inhibit the growth of microorganism and limit enzymatic and chemical activities, and the formation of ice crystal draws available water from the food, also preventing growth of microorganism. One type of freezing is immersion freezing. This is the traditionally when the food were immersed in solution of salt and ice for several hours, that is brine solution freezing of fish at sea. However, modern method of freezing have mean that this process is rarely used. Next one freezing method is plate freezing. The food is prepared as normal, then packed between flat hollow refrigerated metal plates. These are adjusted to press tightly on the food and reduce any air gap. The plates may be horizontal or vertical in shape. Next is blast freezing. In this, the batches of food are subjected to a constant steady stream of cold air. That the temperature of the cold air will be minus 40 degrees Celsius in a tunnel or large cabinet. This process can freeze irregular shaped foods, including those which have already been packed. Then one type is fluidized bed freezing. In this one method, the vertical jets of refrigerated air are blown up through the product, causing it to float and remain separated. Like when we go for the frozen peas are there, frozen beans are available over there. So this is a continuous process which takes up to 10 minutes. Then scrapped heat exchanges. Products like ice creams are frozen using this method in order to freeze simultaneously. It reduces large crystal formation, producing a smooth end product. In this, what will happen? There mostly for this one method, what we use basically nitrogen gas is used for this, and in this one, what happened that we use a nitrogen cylinder which is attached with one flat plate, and when we go for the formation of ice cream, so we keep the ice cream or over there on or the solution kept over on that one flattened plate which is attached with the nitrogen cylinder, and immediately we treat it over there, and that nitrogen gas is responsible for the crystallization of the product, but at the same time we scrapped it easily with the scrapper, and we get the good quality of ice cream. Then one method is cryogenic freezing. The liquid nitrogen or carbon dioxide is sprayed directly on the small food items. In this, what happen when we having soft fruits or prawns are there? So basically, we use liquid nitrogen or carbon dioxide, which are sprayed on these small food products, and due to the temperature of nitrogen is minus 196 degrees Celsius, or the carbon dioxide having minus 78 degrees Celsius temperature, it is almost the working condition is instant freezing will take place. The nitrogen gas is removed by fans. Carbon dioxide is also used for large products. The carbon dioxide system is more economical, and the gas can be recycled into system. What are the benefits of rapid heating freezing? Because in this one method there is instant freezing is going to take place. Because why it is beneficial? Because when we are producing small ice crystal with the reduce the amount of drip on thawing, because this cause less damage to the structure of the food. This is the refrigeration cycle, and now this is the principle in which refrigerant change from liquid to the gaseous state by absorbing a certain amount of heat from the surrounding environment and thus cooling the environment. This occur at low temperature and pressure. The refrigerant is the gaseous state, gives up the absorbed heat and return to liquid state. The cycle then start again. What are refrigerants? Fluid whose boiling point is lower than that of water are defined as refrigerant. Mostly when we go for the refrigerant, we uses ammonia, Furan 12, Furan 22, HFC 134 A. These are the now the components of refrigeration system are we need one condenser is there, one compressor is required, evaporator is required, and compression valve is there. Now this is about the compressor. It rises the temperature and pressure of refrigerant that enters in vapor state. It is due to this action of the compressor that heat can be discharged by the refrigerant in the condenser. There are three type of compressors: reciprocating compressor, centrifugal compressor, and rotatory compressor. It involves vane that rotates inside a cylinder. Then condenser is there. It transfers heat from refrigerant to another medium such as air or water. When you have seen the refrigerators at your home, the previous one models, the older one models, there was the whole net was there where the different pipes were over there, and they were attached with the back side of the refrigerator, and those were producing heat when we use the refrigerator. Nowadays they have covered the backside of the refrigerator, and those are not visible, and the only the lower part of the refrigerator in the backside they contain the net of those coiled pipes. Then expansion valve is there, is a metric device with the function of creating a significant drop in pressure. It involves two functions. It ensures the correct quantity of liquid refrigerant is sent to the evaporator, and it creates a pressure differential that is essential for the completion of the cycle. Then there are different type of expansion valves. Then evaporator is there. Inside the evaporator, the liquid refrigerant vaporizes to a gaseous state. The change of state requires latent heat which is extracted from the surrounding. It is of two types: direct expansion evaporators and indirect expansion evaporators. Thank you.